Hello, everybody. I think we are live. Okay. All right. So, hi, everybody. I am Michelle Solis from This Must Be Ink, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Seekonk, Massachusetts. Welcome to my Friday night Stamp and Sip, where the weekend starts early. So tonight we're going to do what we're calling a reverse flip card. Hi, Deb. This is a card that you probably have made before. This is just a Z-fold card with a panel. But I have made this card before with the panel stuck to the front of this side. But this time we're going to stick it on the back. So when you open it, it's going to flip like that. So it's a very simple card to make. I'm going to give you all the dimensions and show you how to make it. And then you can decorate this little panel however you'd like. And then you've got another little panel inside to decorate here. And you still have a great space for your sentiment. So I love this card. I think I might use this as one of my Christmas card designs this year. Okay, so everybody grab whatever you brought to sip on. I am still drinking my Oliver. Why do I never remember the name of it? Melon Mint Moscato. And my squirrel's back. He just got here. I think he knows. He knows what time I go live. Anyway, I don't have time to feed him right now. All right, so let us turn the camera down. Let's bring this over here. And get this up there, get some little bit more light. There we go. All right. I think that looks good. All right. So this is the one that I just showed you that I did with the Violet Dreams paper. Since I had that out from my Alzheimer's fundraiser, I was still playing with it. So this, hi Margaret. This one, I love this color combination. I hadn't put these two colors together before. This is Hydrangea Hue and Fresh Freesia, and it really looks pretty together. Okay, so anyway, this is one of the little cutouts from the paper, and then I popped up some extra little flowers on there to make it look a little bit more three-dimensional. Popped up my little sentiment here, and then you get this little card inside for another little sentiment, and as I said, you still have a nice big writing space there. Of course, you could stamp something here if you want to. Okay, so what do you need to make this card? Let me show you. You're going to need a card base that is 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to score that. Then in the same color, oh, I just lost my DSP. Uh-oh. Oh, I see it. Okay. Hang on. All right, so in the same color, you're going to need a piece that is 3 by 4.25. Okay, that's for this little panel here. Okay, then you're going to need your coordinating cardstock in whatever color you choose. This is Hydrangea Hue I'm using again. And this one is going to be 4 by 5.25. And then the same color, you're going to cut a piece that is 1 7/8 by 5.25. Okay, so then you're going to need some basic white. One for your sentiment, that's 3 3/4 by 5. And then you'll need 2 pieces to go on both sides of this. Okay, and that's going to be 2 3/4 by 4. So you'll need 2 of those. And then your designer series paper, you're going to use very little. It's mostly cardstock for this card. You're just going to need a strip that is 1 5/8 by 5. Okay, All right. So now if you do want to put some DSP pieces in here, I have chosen just 2 pieces of that same pattern, but I think I might use the other side for that. And these tonight, I think, are 3/4 of an inch by 2 3/4. So you can make them as wide as you want, but you want them to be 2 3/4 inches to go on this white piece. Okay, so you need 2 of those if you're using them. All right, so that's all our pieces. Now, before I get started cutting, let me show you. You might be wondering what this beautiful paper is, and it is really beautiful. This is the Mosaic Garden 12 by 12 paper, and I was just blown away by this paper. It's so pretty. I want to redecorate my house in tile now. All right, so here's one of them. It's so hard to see the colors on camera, but the colors in this paper are Pretty Peacock, Hydrangea Hue, Old Olive, and Crisp Cantaloupe. And I think there's some Golden Glow in here as well, but it's just beautiful. So there's that one. And then the other side of that is this really pretty Crisp Cantaloupe. Then look at this one. I love this. And so what I love about this too is it is like a tile pattern. You can see the little squares. If you wanted to cut this out in squares, this would be a good one for that shadow card that we did with the like a shadow piece behind. So here's this one. This is all, I think this is all Pretty Peacock. Really pretty. And then the other side of that one is this. It's got little ditzy floral print and some little lines. Pretty. Then there's this one that is all Crisp Cantaloupe. So pretty. Just all one color. And the other side of that one is like a sky. I'm going to use this with the Winnie the Pooh set, I think. And then there's this one that's got some more Pretty Peacock, Crisp Cantaloupe, all the colors in here. Just beautiful. The other side of that one is the same as that Old Olive, but in Crisp Cantaloupe with the little flowers. And then this is my absolute favorite. Look at this one. This has got Golden Glow is the main color in here. So beautiful. This, I want this whole tile pattern for my kitchen. I think this is beautiful. The other side of that one is this Old Olive piece that's got, I think it's just really light Old Olive, little flowers, and Crisp Cantaloupe. Just so pretty. The camera does not do it justice. And then this is the one that we're using tonight with these little ditzy flowers in Hydrangea Hue. And I have to flip this one over because I cut it. So this is just a nice Hydrangea Hue pattern. Just so pretty. I love this paper. I'm so glad that I got it. All right, I see a lot of cards happening with that. Okay, so we are ready to start this card. So we've already cut all our pieces. We just need to score our card base. So let me set these aside before I bring my cutter up here and lose all my pieces. Okay. All right, so we need our trimmer. We're going to score this card base on the long side at 2 1/8. Don't cut it. Make sure you're just scoring. 2 1/8. And then 4 1/4. All right, so then to make sure that I've got this folded really well, I'm going to use the corner of my trimmer And I'm going to fold this in half and put it into the very bottom corner of my trimmer to make sure that I've got both edges lining up here. And then you can do that also with this piece that you're going to fold back. Just turn it and put this edge now into the trimmer, fold this one back, and then burnish. So that way you know that everything is going to line up. All your edges are going to line up. All right, so then you're going to want to burnish that with your bone folder. Let's burnish both of those folds. Okay, so you should have a Z fold at this point. Okay. All right, so now you're going to take your complimentary cardstock for the inside, which is the 4 by 5 1/4, and you're going to put your sentiment piece on there. That is 3 3/4 by 5. Okay. See if I can line this up tonight. I have been getting these crooked. There we go. That's better. Okay, and then you're just going to put that right into your card base. Right here. Okay. All right. So then you're going to mat your piece of designer series paper also on that cord complementary color. We're putting it on the hydrangea hue. I'm going to do this way. I'm better at it this way than up and down. There we go. And then that's going to go right on this little flap here. Yes, Deb, I think you're going to love this paper. I don't know if you've gotten it yet, but if you get it, you're going to love it. All right, so you've got this. That's your classic Z fold card. All right, now we're going to create our little panel. So this, oh, did I already lose one? Oh, I got it. I got it. All right, so this little panel is the, oh, I lost it. 3 by 4 1/4. And both of these little pieces are going to go one on either side. And these are the basic white 2 3/4 by 4. So one will be on the back. And we're going to stamp that one with the, oh, no, wrong stamp. This is what we're doing inside. All right, so let me show you. I forgot to show you the stamp set. So this came as a suite. It has a, this paper has a coordinating stamp set and die set. So it's called Tile Garden. Wishing you every good thing. My life is amazing because it includes you. And happiest birthday. And then you get all these cute little flowers. You also get this little image, these little arches. That these little flowers fit right in there. This is one stamp and this is one stamp. These fit right in there. They line up with that. And then these cute little flowers. We're going to stamp some flowers tonight. Just adorable. But this is the real reason I bought this set. These Tile Garden dies. So if you have the Spotlight on Nature dies, you're going to love these. This is Spotlight on Nature dies, but in a square. And they are amazing. Look at them. So you've got that same, I don't know, in the round, I called this the paper plate. design. And then you've got the same little designs, the one with the dashes, the one with the little like leafy thing, all the way down to, I don't even know how big this is. Let me see. Let me get it out. I haven't even taken these out yet. This one is an inch. So that's an inch square. These are just so pretty. And I have used those Spotlight on Nature dies for a lot of things. So I definitely could not pass this up. Look how many dies you get. 12 dies, so 6. And so you've got the large one in both patterns. Like they alternate patterns, which I think is really amazing. So anyway, that's the real reason that I fell in love with this suite. Although we're not using the dies tonight, I wanted to show you that. So the suite also comes with this gorgeous hydrangea hue ribbon. And I realized I used this ribbon tonight on one of my sample cards, but it was in Sweet Sorbet that we had this ribbon last with the white edges. Really cute, and it ties really well. This is what, 1/4 of an inch? Yep, 1/4 of an inch. I find that that's the best. I think that's the best size to make a nice bow. And then it also came, the suite came with these glossy garden dots in crisp cantaloupe, hydrangea hue, and old olive. So those are pretty too. All right, anyway, back to our card. All right, so the back is going to be the piece that goes inside. This is what I'm calling the back, the one that's going to show inside. And I'm going to stamp that with Happiest Birthday. I think I'm going to stamp in Pretty Peacock. Okay, so we're going to do Happiest Birthday. Oh, I just made a mess. Hang on. I didn't realize my stamp pad was so juicy. Look at the mess I made. Well, let's try that again. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's try that again, and not so hard. I didn't realize. I must have just inked this and didn't remember. Okay. There we go. Okay, Happiest Birthday. And then this is where I'm going to put those cute little pieces that I cut. So here's, you have a choice. If you do these strips, you can show the same pattern that's showing on this side, on the outside of your card, or you can flip it, do the opposite. I don't know. I really love this little pattern. So we're going to do the tile pattern and keep it the same. So this one, I'm going to give myself a little bit of a border of the white there. And then put these down here. And you can make these as wide as you'd like. Width, but you have to make them 2 3/4 of an inch to fit across your little piece there. All right, so then that's going to mount onto this cardstock piece. Okay, get that straight. That is going to go here, but it's going to go like this because you want it to show inside. So when you actually mount it, you have to mount it this way. Okay. So we're going to get this piece on here, but I want to stamp on this piece. So if you're going to stamp on this piece, you're going to want to line this up. Make sure you've got an even border all the way around here, and then an even border all the way around this little cardstock piece in the middle. Close this up, and then either make a pencil mark, or you can put a Post-it note there. So hang on, you don't need this lady's email address. All right, so we'll just put a Post-it note right there. Okay, so now I know when I stamp that my design has to, nope, that's not right. It's backwards. 1 second. I'm thinking about gluing. I'm not thinking about stamping. Okay, I've got to do it this way. So I've got to stamp this way. Hang on. Oh, you know what? I'm going to make a pencil mark. All right, it's just going to be much simpler. And I don't have to play with it. All right. Line this back up again. So normally I would glue this on and just stamp it. But if I do that live, I'm going to mess it up. So I'm going to make a line for myself, stamping on this side of this so that it will show when this is closed. All right, so we're going to take this off and I'm going to stamp on that on this side. I say to myself so I don't forget. All right, so first I'm going to need my sentiment. I'm going to put this larger, it's kind of wide, this sentiment. Or long. All right, this is the other sentiment. My life is amazing because it includes you. I want to get that as far to the top as I can. There we go. I'm going to use Pretty Peacock again, so I'll leave that there. And then I've got my hydrangea hue. And I'm going to do this little flower from the set. Move this on this side. All right, I'm going to try to get this underneath my sentiment. You guys can probably see better than I can. There's my little flower. And then I have a stem that we're going to do in Pretty Peacock. And that's why I did the flower first, because the stem is longer than that space. Look how cute that is. All right, so then we've got this cute little dot. Of course, you could just color a little dot in the inside there, in the middle of your flower, but you do have a little dot stamp that's a dot. So I'm going to do that in Crisp Cantaloupe. My little dot, only because it's really cute. I can line it up properly. It's a cute little dot. Oh, a little bit off. That's all right. And then to add some of the old olive, which is showing in this paper, I've got these other little flowers. So you could also put this little flower image. Let me stamp it for you. You could also put this little flower image in the middle of here. That looks cute too. But I'm going to put this on my card like that. Just going to do 3 of these. Like that. That was the plan. And then, because that dot is going to be too big to go inside these little teeny flowers, I'm going to need my Stampin' Blend marker. So I'm just going to put a little dot in the middle of each one of those. It's just so they look finished. So this is what we've got now. Really cute. And I think it looks nice with this paper. All right, so now we're going to put this on here. line this up. We need to erase that little line that we made with our pencil. And then we're going to line this up again in here. All right. So it should go like that. Ta-da! All right, now you can use your Post-it note. And just so you know where to put your glue. So your glue is going to go here on this side of the Post-it. Okay, and you're just going to fold that down and it will be glued together. Okay, so then you've got your front and then it flips and you've got your inside message. All right, so all we need is some bling. Let's see, what color should we do? I think hydrangea hue. I don't know. I kind of already blinged it with the little flowers. It's such a tiny little space. Let's use the little ones. Maybe I'll just go where I went with the flower. Let's see. I love this hydrangea hue. All right, there we go. So we have some bling. All right, so that is the card tonight. So this is the one that I created as the sample. Happy birthday. And then we've got another happiest birthday one with the new tile garden. All right, so where are my other samples? Here I did one. I love this card, so I made a bunch. So I did one with the Splash and Relax set. So this is the Splash of Sparkles paper and the Splash and Relax set. It's your day to make a splash. And then inside, wishing happiness floats your way. So that one is cute. I was into blues, apparently. All right, then I did, of course, one with Winnie the Pooh. So this is the Silly Old Bear paper with the Sweet Old Friends stamp set. Best kind of days are the days spent together. And I just fussy cut some little images out of that paper. This is the Pooh and Piglet. And then inside here, so this is another idea, is instead of using a white piece, you could use a piece of designer series paper here, a full piece, and you could put a sentiment or build a little scene there. Just be careful so you can see Tigger sticking out here. So if you're going to stamp or put anything onto this layer, think about it before you glue it on because Tigger's little tail is sticking out. If I had put him over here a little bit further, he wouldn't show when the card is closed. So I made that little goof. So just letting you know to be careful, get this piece on before you decide what you're going to stick on the inside. So there's that one. And my last one, I had to do a Christmas card. So this is the Christmas card that I created. Merry Christmas, the most wonderful time of the year. So you might be wondering where this paper came from. And let me show you that as well, because this is another new paper pack that I got. All right, so this one is Timeless Christmas. It's a 12 by 12. Oh, well, it looks like a mess because I've already cut one piece completely apart. Let's get these out of the way. All right, so this little tag that I have here came from this piece. I just trimmed this down to fit here. So this is this paper. Let me get this out. So this is there's 12 pieces, but I think you get 4 of 3 designs. So this is this is one of the ones you get with all these little tags and squares to cut out, which I love. And the other side of that is this polka dot. Who doesn't love a polka dot? All right. And then you're going to get this one, which is a green. I think that is, what is that? Peaceful Pine. Green polka dot. And the other side is that wonderful snowflake that I absolutely adore with pecan pie. And then the last one is this red plaid, which is really pretty. This is Poppy Parade. And the other side is the little holly berries. So this is great paper for Christmas. Just is going to coordinate with any stamp set that you've got. All right, so that is that. Let's get all our samples back in here now that I covered them all. All right, so that's it for me tonight, guys. Here's all the samples. All right, so let me turn this camera back down. Hi, Joan. How Carol? Thanks for jumping in. Oh, Lorraine, are you watching me from the yurt? I don't know if you're camping or staying in a hotel. But anyway, Lorraine's on vacation. She's hiking. All right, so let me turn the camera back down. There we go. And get this out of the way. Get this out of the way. And just give me a second so the light figures itself out. Go through this all the time. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. Okay, so that's it for me tonight. I hope you liked that little reverse flip card. You will be able to find the measurements and instructions for this card on my blog. So go to my page, thismustbeink.com, and there you will find my blog. I will say inspiration. It should be up in about an hour. I have it all typed out. I just have to copy and paste it in there. So just give me a little while. But while you're there on my page, make sure you sign up for my weekly email so that you'll get tips and tricks for using your stamps, and you'll get Stampin' Up! News and dates for in-person crafting. And I always throw in an extra PDF for an extra card usually as well. Okay, so thanks for stamping and sipping with me tonight, guys. It was great to see all of you. Have a great weekend and stay crafty, my friends. See you next week.